What's going on, everyone? LA Sports back with another video. In this video, I'm going to be talking and recapping the Toronto Blue Jays 2022 season, as of course it ended in heartbreaking fashion. But let me tell you what a season it was, as the Jays finished 92-70 in the regular season, good for second in the AL East. And of course, the Jays, one of the youngest teams in baseball. If you look at their core, especially, they were very good. I mean, Charlie Montoya was fired mid-season. John Schneider took over. I love John Schneider. I loved what he was able to do with this baseball team and how he was able to turn them around and keep them at a winning pace. He won almost 50 games with them when he took over in mid-July. So that's pretty remarkable. And I think the Jays really, as a group, I think that this team, they really gel and flow together. I think they really love being a part of this baseball team. I think the Jays have found their core, and I think this is going to be the core of the Blue Jays for a very long time. And that core, of course, is Alek Manoah, Bo Bichette, Matt Chapman, Vladimir Guerrero Jr., Teoscar Hernandez, although he is a guy who will get paid, so we'll see if that's here or elsewhere. Of course, he has one more year of arbitration. George Springer, big part in that. Lourdes Gurriel, who missed the postseason. Of course, Alejandro Kirk. This is the Jays' core. Kevin Gausman, of course, as well as Jose Barrios. So the Jays have a tremendous core. There's no question about that. This is going to be a core that's going to be here all together for years to come. The Jays are going to be contenders for the next 10 to 15 years, in my opinion. I think the Jays are just really young right now, and the core pieces are, growing, and they're going to use this and take this as a learning lesson. And guys like Springer and Chapman, who, are leaders here, and even though they're not really that old, they're old and veterans for this baseball team. So I think the Jays are going to recuperate, and they're going to come back next season and be World Series contenders once again and continue to be that for a very, very long time. And this core here is going to be together for, a long time, many years to come. And I'm really excited as a Jays fan. This team's only going to add. They're only going to improve. They're only going to get better. But let's take a look at some of their stats. As a team this season, they ranked 4th in runs per game at 4.8. So obviously they have that firepower. They ranked 1st in the league in hits, 1st in the league in batting average, 3rd in the league in on-base percentage, 3rd in slugging percentage, 2nd in OPS. Of course, the home runs, 7th in the league, but they were able to manufacture a lot of runs, so that's kind of a good sign there, that they were able to not only rely on the home run ball, but drive in runs. Going over to the pitching stats, this is where the Jays need to improve. Of course, the starting pitching, yes, I think it is a bit of a work in progress outside of the first. You take a look at the Jays right now. They have Manoah, Gausman, Barrios. We know these three guys are going to be here with the Jays for 5, 6, 7 plus years. There's no question about that. Those three are locks in terms of the starting pitching. But you take a look at Ross Stripling, who had a fantastic year, 10-4 with a 3.02 ERA. What happens there with him? He's a free agent. I don't know if the Jays are able to fit him into the budget and sign him. Of course, they still have Hyun-Jin Ryu. What's the deal with him there? He struggled in, his 6 starts this year, but he was injured. Clearly he was playing through an injury. So, what do the Jays do there? That remains to be seen. We'll see what happens with Ryu. Maybe they buy him out. Maybe they trade him and get that money off the books and put that towards another starting pitcher. The Jays in this offseason need to go out and find, another starting pitcher, an ace. They need to get that. If they can get that and get another, decent guy, like a guy coming off a good season, looking for middle amount of money, I think that can make sense for the Jays. Of course, and then the bullpen. We know that the Jays need to improve that bullpen. They have a couple good arms. Bass, although no one really in the postseason was good for the Jays, but guys I think that stay, moving forward and are going to be with this Jays pitching staff next year. Simber, Bass, Romano, Yimi Garcia, Tim Meza, Zach Pop. So the Jays have guys. We'll see ultimately how they decide to use them and what they choose to do with the bullpen. Do they, make a trade for an all-star reliever, or do they sign them in free agency and add them? There's some good names there. So we'll see what the Jays do, but I'm not worried about that. We have great upper management. Mark Shapiro, Ross Atkins. These are guys who I really trust. And, I think as Jays fans, I think we all kind of trust. They're really smart guys. And, we'll see what they ultimately choose to do. But I think that they'll make the right decisions there from up top. But, take a look at the guys in terms of the hitting. Bichette was fantastic. He hit for 289 this year. Second half of the year was remarkable. Of course, Vladdy's, Chapman, Springer. Merrifield, the in-season pickup, tremendous. Espinal was an all-star this year. He was awesome, of course. They have Kirk. They have Mourinho. They have Jansen. We'll see what they do with the catchers, as they have 3. I would expect 1 to be traded, though. I don't, think it's 100% going to happen, but I think that it is possible, especially knowing that the Jays need, there are some needs on this baseball team that they need, and I think that a catcher becomes expendable right now when you have 3 that are, as good as they are. So we'll see what the Jays, decide to do there, but overall, great season for the Jays. They just choked at the end here in the playoffs. Came down to 2 games. It's tough that 162-game season comes down to 2 games, but it did. And the Jays, they folded, but they'll be back here. They'll be World Series contenders for a long time. But overall, guys, though, it's only up from here for the Blue Jays. No regressions. They're only going to progress as a team. They're only going to get better. These guys love being Blue Jays. They love everything that comes with it. They love everything about it. And as a fan, I could not be happier. I love this team. I'm going to root for them. They're so easy to root for. This team's going to be intact here. They're for a long, long time. They're only going to add to the core. This is a great team. This is a team that we should be proud of. And, moving forward, they're going to get only better. It's only up from here if you're a Jays fan. But that's all I got in this video. I want you guys to let me know down in the comment section your thoughts on the Blue Jays 2022 season. It was a tough ending, but it was a remarkable year. And it's only up from here. I'm excited to see what's, in the future and what's ahead for this baseball team. They're going to improve, and they're going to come back better than ever and stronger in 2023. And I love the core we have, and I know everyone else does. But let me know all the good stuff down in the comment section. As always, please leave a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. Happy Thanksgiving to all my Canadian viewers out there. Happy Thanksgiving. And we'll see you guys all in the next video. As always, let's go Blue Jays.